process. The process, the process, the process, the process. Yeah, welcome to the process, man. You gotta trust the process, man.
What you got going? Welcome to the process. It's your host, Q, the interview, special edition with Lead with Love, and my wonderful co-host, Crystal Lavelle.
Hello everybody. I'm Crystal Lavelle. We're here today with the lovely Tyisha Jenkins and Miss Araine McWhinney.
Yes, come on with it.
We had the pleasure of interviewing Jordan, his son, and so now we're here with Mom, and we have a special edition. They're going to tell us all about the things they have going on, mentorship, motherhood, sisterhood, all of those wonderful things. So we really hope you enjoy the show. You can go ahead and introduce yourself as well.
Okay, thank you. My name is Tyisha Jenkins, and I am an educator. By education, I am an entrepreneur, I'm a writer, I'm an author, I am a writing coach and a life coach, and I am a woman of faith first and foremost, but I guess all things, and I'm a mother, and I'm just, love the interview you guys did with Jordan. It was amazing. So.
He spoke really highly of you, so that's really good.
Thank you.
Okay, my name is Araine McWhinney. I am a speech language pathologist, entrepreneur, business owner. I'm an author. I'm a great friend.
Come on, friend.
I'm a great daughter, but most importantly, I love helping people.
Okay.
So I would say that I'm a great helper too.
Okay.
We didn't give any titles, but
What's our
Quincy,
title?
what do you do, Quincy? Tell us.
I just lead with love. That's all I do. I lead with love, and I just try to connect people with other resources and just be a leader. And I'm an entrepreneur with my kids, with their business. I'm a husband and a father with my kids.
Okay.
I don't even know.
That matters.
I'm a father with my kids.
That matters.
I don't know. What's your title?
Okay, I'm an educator.
Okay.
I've been in education for about 13 years. I'm a mother. I'm a fitness enthusiast. I do extreme hip hop. I'm a fitness instructor.
Oh, nice.
I am a person who likes to really spread positivity. I'm also a mentor. I've been doing mentorship for even before I knew that I was doing mentorship. So I can really connect with what you ladies have going on as far as mentorship and really just being a good person, spreading positive, good energy to people that we come in contact with, like on the smallest level. That's where it really, really counts. So, yes. And I'm a mother too.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's wonderful, wonderful children. My daughter, she's a freshman in college. She's at Lamar.
Okay.
And my son, he's a freshman in high school. I have beautiful, wonderful children. I feel like you. I could not have asked for better children.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
Y'all hear that, kids?
Yes.
Yes. When you get onto y'all, remember, run that back. Run that back. All right, okay. We here to talk about mentors and mimosas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us about that event.
So it is a women empowerment event that we put together. We have met and we've talked. It came from just our friendship. It started with me being Araine's coach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Long time ago.
Yeah, in high school when she was in high school. My second year as a teacher and coach.
Yeah.
And then just over the years it evolved. We became sorority sisters. We go to church together, and we became friends. And we have hung out. We've gone to concerts.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we have.
We've gone to, just events, different events. And so it has, our relationship has blossomed into a friendship and sisterhood. And we've just shared moments of,
I would say life moments, really.
Yeah.
Those monumental moments. Of course, like me graduating and then the birth of her son. So I knew her before Jordan was born.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, so I would say those life moments
You
got to
first
share.
daughter.
I mean, I guess you could say that.
but yeah, no.
She count age.
Yeah, I was like, I know.
She count years.
But so just from that, and what we call each other now is a phrase I got from one of my best friends. Is we're destiny pushers now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pushing each other towards our destinies. And so when I got the opportunity to write in Centering Our Voices, which was a book that was written by a friend of ours, Dr. Taryn Givan, it was really asking women, Black women who were educators, if they wanted to take part in such a wonderful moment of history as she was working on her PhD. And so I had asked several of my friends who were educators to join me, because I thought it was definitely going to be something amazing. I got to write about some of my struggles as an educator, advocacy and things, or people that I thought were supposed to help pull me up didn't. And I became very jaded about how I felt about certain people and what I felt that I would give to somebody I wasn't getting. I was like, hold on. That, and then I talked about loss that propelled me to be a better teacher, because I learned to teach with my heart, and because I lost my younger brother. But when I reached out to Araine, because I felt like this would be something great for her because of her heart for education. And she was really one of the only people in my circle of educator friends who decided to do it. And so I just feel like it's a part of our destiny, another way that we're connected, how much of a blessing is it to say that you have written a book with somebody that is your friend, somebody that used to be your teacher and coach. And so that has evolved into what can we do with our story.
How do you feel about, do you think it was a moment because you thought these people was going to pull you up, but did not? Was there a lesson in that?
Yeah, I guess so. Definitely for me, it was a lesson in knowing when you have outgrown a place or space. And so I was in a space at a particular campus for 18 years, and I was trying to move up, and I had realized I had hit a ceiling in that space, and it was time for me to literally go. And so that last year, that COVID year, I had already, before the school year had started, I had already in my mind started packing up because I knew it in my heart that it was my last year. And so ultimately, I learned that you sometimes have to go to grow, and literally my career just moved. I mean, I had stayed in the same place for 18 years, but within 2 years, I became an assistant principal. That's something I was trying to do for years at that same school. And I've been able to move to different campuses and learn from different leaders and just gain true mentorship from people that I thought would have been, mentors, but God has a plan.
And that's kind of where our story picks up again, because I met her at that same school when I was in high school.
That's right.
I left, went to college, and then after I got my degrees, all that, came back to work, and she was still there. But it was in that time she really blossomed as my mentor, because I was going through my own transition at that time. So even though she was having her own storm, so to speak, she helped me through mine, and I had no idea she was going through that. So I think that really speaks to her heart. Like, education at all levels is really what she pushes. And so I just wanted the viewers to see, like, even when you feel stuck, you really don't know how much of a blessing you are to another person. And then how you meet up later on. So I thought that was just really beautiful when I think about her story.
So the timing, basically.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I know you said you coached, right?
Yes.
So tell me about coaching. And how were you always like a mentor, or did you find mentorship in coaching? Because I coached for a while, and I didn't realize how instrumental it was for the girls like that I coached. And now they still call me and they inbox me and they say, I'm graduating, I have a game, can you come? And so tell me about your journey as a coach propelling you, or if you had already been a mentor before that.
Well, it's so funny you asked that, in terms of, I guess you don't really consider yourself a mentor until that space is kind of identified for you. But it started at Prairie View. I worked in a summer program called Access.
Access.
Yeah, Access. 97. Yeah. Oh my God. So I was, the next year after I had done Access, I worked for Access, and that's kind of how I started to, I guess, evolve as a mentor, because we had to work helping guide incoming freshmen. I was a sophomore, and just from that, and then just being in different classes at Prairie View, meeting younger people, and just kind of taking on that role. But as a coach, I coached for many, many years, and like you said, you don't realize it until your kids are coming to you for advice. You got kids saying, "Hey, coach, I need to talk to you. Hey, coach, this is going on at home," and you're like, "Yes, I'm your coach," but now you're coming to me with some hard situations that I really have to talk to you from a different space or place. And so it developed me into the mentor, because then I started to coach from a different place too. Because when I first started, all I wanted to do was win. Like, I'm out here trying to compete. Let's go. True. Like, wait a minute. Like, go in. She can't make a layup. Like, like, yeah. And but then I start seeing the importance of developing young ladies into who were going to be young women. And so I learned to speak different to them, because I used to, some of my athletes can tell you,
Get out there.
Coach was a trip,
That Coach Jenkins.
a mess. And then, but as I developed into a woman of God, I changed my language and even how I spoke to them, because I didn't want to break anybody. And so, even there's so much, but I just thank God that it shifted from trying to win into pouring into lives.
But you know what though? That will to win, you kind of have to have that to be a mentor, because you want to see other people win.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was a good thing.
Yeah.
Very unselfish. You have to be very unselfish.
Yeah, that's the word.
Unselfish. Yeah. I remember showing up to practices, and the girls, I'm tired, and they're like, "Oh, Coach Tyler, and they're excited to see you. Or I've run into this parent when I go back home, and she always says, "You're the best thing that came through here. I really miss you." And they always ask me to come back, and I'm like,
Sorry.
Yeah, I can't. But I still try to show up for those girls, like any chance I get.
What's your take on being a mentor?
Oh man, it's a commitment.
It
Honestly, it is a commitment. Being a mentor to me is also a privilege, because I'm able to bestow the lessons that I've learned, maybe wisdom that I've gained, to somebody who could be looking for it. Because my mentors, they kind of found me. And so for me, being a mentor, when I come across a young lady who needs that mentorship and they truly entrust in me, I take that as a privilege, because you can't trust everybody.
True.
Learn that the hard way. So I also see it as a way for me to do the purpose that God has for me to do, aside from just my career. So that's how I value mentorship. That's what that means to me.
Okay.
The trajectory of my life would not be the same without it.
So do you think mentorship is short-term or long-term?
I think it depends. And our situation is long-term. I have had short-term mentors that I met with twice, but the wisdom they gave me has carried me through for years. So I really think it just depends on the situation, what it is that you're seeking that guidance or mentorship for. So it can go both ways, but this right here has been 22 going on 23 years now. Yeah.
What about you, Q?
I know, right?
Oh man, it's kind of wow. I think you, as a male, I think that you cannot be in and out of these kids' life. If they come into you and you are feeding them with wisdom and knowledge and encouragement, they're gonna need that through the entire youth or even the adults, because if they trust you and really have youth open up to you, it's really valuable. Because I have a couple of mentors, mentees. I had to check myself.
Really?
Yeah, because I still, the mentor be having need a mentor.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Mentor need a mentor. You know what I'm saying? Because life get challenging.
Yeah.
And the mentor don't always have an answer, but then when the mentee looking for you to help them or give them some encouragement, and you need some encouragement, you like, man, what do I do? Like, I have a couple, like I have one guy, he always, Mr. Q. I'm like, man, I'm struggling right now. But what you got? You know, I don't know if I'm putting on a mask because I got my own issue going on or my own thoughts. But I try to give them everything I got. The best thing you can do is Jesus Christ.
Come on
You
now.
know, yeah, not to be too holy, to where earthly good, but to be like, listen, if you have any struggles or any problem, any happiness, thankfulness, just thank God and take it to Him first, and give it to Him. But also try to work, figure out how we can work through it and see what's the best avenue to push through the words that might be the word. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Push through or work through. Yeah.
I'll work through it. So I got a couple mentees. Lead with Love is a mentorship program as well, and we're just trying to strive to raise the next generation of kids the best that we can, and to be there for them, to encourage them, like your son, Jordan. Anything you need, man. If I have it, you have it. Any kind of opportunities I have that I feel like you could benefit from, I'll let you know about it. Because I had told him about my idea, and he told me, he said, man, I never really been around older men like that. I said, boy, well, when I set it up, I want you to be there. I want you to be in a room with these black men who are successful, or these black men who have come from a struggle to success.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Even just providing the opportunity, being in a space.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's another thing too, is mentorship. Is sometimes creating that space, that safe space to learn and grow.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's
I can
beautiful.
remember being a young girl and not feeling comfortable or worthy of being in those spaces. And so when I do talk to my students or girls that I mentor, I try to make them understand that it does not matter where you came from.
That's right.
Like, everybody has their own journey.
Right.
So like you said, giving them that space, the resources that they may need. I did peek into the live that y'all did.
Oh, okay.
It was really good. I listened to it all the way through. Very informative because you did the sip and soar.
Yes,
Sip
yes.
and soar. It was really nice, and then y'all talked about, that was one thing you talked about being able to trust people and understanding that the people that you thought that you could depend on, the ones that the ones that you really was able to confide in, and being comfortable, like knowing that you belong in these spaces. And a lot of young people can't even fathom
Right.
the things that God put in them, like where it can take them.
Right.
And so when I'm talking to students and I'm talking to girls and boys, I try to make them understand, like, just because this is what you see on a daily basis, you have to have an open mindset about where you want to go and what you want to do, and whatever we could do to help you get there. Like, I'm all in. So that was really good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it is fun, and that's just part of what we're doing to really, push and let people understand what we're trying to do with mentors and mimosas. So we host Sip and Soar leading up to mentors and mimosas to talk about different things that deal with mentorship, operating in your purpose, and sisterhood, friendship, all the things that we plan to touch on during the event. So thank you for going back and watching it.
It was very informative. Like, things that y'all said, it was things that I was once uncomfortable talking about, like the friendships that change and how to navigate, like, when you have a friendship and you thought that friendship would be like a forever friendship, and things change. And it's not that this person is a bad person, but sometimes life just takes you into different different areas. And like you said, sometimes mentorship is for a season. Because I do have a good friend, and I think, I don't want to say sorry if I said this wrong, but she told me, I'd already had my children, and she was a young mom, she was just starting out, and she confided in me, she sought me out, and we developed a friendship. And when the friendship started to fade, I felt away. Because I felt like
you weren't ready.
I wasn't ready. Like, I thought you needed me.
Right.
And so that's something that really needs to be talked about, especially amongst the Black community, Black women, because we don't talk about it. A lot of people like to say, "Oh yeah, she acting funny, she this and she's that," but really you've served your purpose in that
Right.
mentorship.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us, how do y'all know y'all operating in your purpose?
Oh, I feel it.
How? That is my
So
question.
okay, so just like how I just got goosebumps.
Oh.
like so
Yeah,
real.
okay.
I literally get goosebumps. Like, look, I feel hot. If I don't get goosebumps, I feel really hot. I feel energized. I feel empowered. It doesn't matter how tired I am. If I have done something within my line of purpose, I feel like I'm ready to go do it again.
Okay.
Like it's an energetic feeling. And then also by the testimony. So there are people that have said to me, I have been praying for this answer. And I'm like, for me? Like, I just thought I was just doing something small, but...
Let me use you.
Right?
Okay.
But those small moments are monumental. So when I hear that, it reaffirms me. Because at the end of the day, I'm still human. So I need to know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, right? So that's usually how I know.
For me, I think it's back to kind of what Araine said, the testimonies when people come and tell you, like, you really did help me. Thank you for pouring into me. I guess for me is when I hear from God in terms of when I'm in prayer, when I'm journaling, when I'm writing, and when I'm reading, and there is a sense of alignment.
Okay.
And so when things are aligned, I know that it's I'm operating in purpose. I know that it's from God. And so even with mentors and mimosas, I'm just being very honest. Anything that I do that I feel like God has put on my mind or heart, I'm always going to give honor and glory back to Him. In some way, shape, or form. And so we prayed about mentors and mimosas.
Yes.
We prayed about and talked about the name because
Yeah.
I didn't want people to be put off because it's mentors and then mimosas. We know that that has a alcohol twist in it, but that's not what it's about. That's just, a catchy name because we are going to have a lunch and brunch and we are going to have mimosas. We're not going to get, drunk or tipsy or anything like that.
Not doing that.
But for me, I did ask one of my good friends who is a sister to me, who is, I value her opinion quite a bit. And I asked her, I said, what are your thoughts on the name? She said, well, I've thought about it. She was like, but, you're operating in purpose. She was like, it's not taken away from, who God is in any way, shape, or form. And so what I'm sharing about at Mentors and Mimosa is the vision that God has given me.
Okay.
And so it is Mentors and Mimosas, a table set for vision, voice, and victory. And it's all based and centered on God. And so I'm going to talk about my testimony, about really my sight in a lot of ways. I don't want to give too much away, but I needed glasses for a very long time, as a kid. And it wasn't until I finally got them that my vision, I realized that I can see, obviously, much better. And just what God does with us through vision. And so it's Jordan said it last night. We were on the phone, Araine and I. And he said, hey, I'm proud of you guys.
He did.
He said, I'm proud of y'all for what y'all are doing. He said, it's not, he said it's not just, what did he say? It's a movement.
Yeah, it's not a moment, it's a movement.
Yeah,
that's what he
like,
said.
okay, and so he trips me out. You know what I'm saying? Some of the stuff he says and does, but I think that's kind of. I forgot what the question was. But it was about operating purpose. But just when it goes back to God, to me, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what we're here for.
And that's actually a really good question because for a long time, I did not know my purpose for many, many years. I'm talking well into my 20s. I had no idea. I was like, what am I supposed to be doing with all of this knowledge and audacity and just spunk? And I don't know if you remember, Ty, but there was one day at church, we were at a women's empowerment thing, and they said, write down what you think your purpose is. Everybody wrote something down but me. And I don't know if you remember that. And I just remember crying because I'm like, why? Like, what is the bigger thing that you want me to do? And you wrote something down on a note card, and I still have it to this day. And a bunch of other ladies, and they're like, you need to pray about it because your purpose is in you. You just have to dig it out.
Yeah.
And so I guess over the years, and that was a time when we had linked back up, when she really helped me through a tough time, I started to see the breadcrumbs that he was giving me. And I followed those unctions, and I followed like those small thoughts of like, okay, we'll do this next, and then it was just flowing, and so that's how I know it's a flow.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can explain it's a flow.
Yeah.
I was ashamed of my purpose for a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Well, if you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, I know. I don't know because I thought I needed to be perfect. Yeah, like you know, to work with children, to mentor, to speak my opinion, to you know,
Yeah.
a single mom, 2 kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But just not to cut you off, Crystal, I think that is the trick of the enemy, right? Because
Yeah.
when we're supposed to be walking in purpose, the enemy doesn't want us to walk in purpose. So he's going to tell us lies. He's going to repeat those lies
I
to us.
wasn't good enough.
Mhm.
I wasn't pretty enough.
Yeah,
I
we start to
wasn't.
believe.
I didn't have enough education, or I didn't have the husband, or whatever the case may be.
I can relate.
I just thought that nobody wanted to hear,
But you had to say.
or they didn't trust that I knew what I was talking about, or they didn't trust, you know. But I knew, you know, when I'm doing things in these girls. I also have I also work with the organization called Sister Sister, and we do mentorship for young girls, and so with that, it was just kind of just navigating. It's okay to not have all the titles.
Yeah.
It's okay to not have, you know, the whatever the accolades may be. So for a long time, I was ashamed of my purpose because it wasn't popular. It wasn't, you know, a lot of people wasn't. 10 years ago, a lot of people didn't appreciate mentorship and talking positive and mental health. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you have moved past that.
Quincy has really helped me in
I did.
Oh yeah.
Look at you being a mentor. Come on, now.
When somebody talk about their purpose, I always ask that question because I be trying to find it. You know, right now I'm reading a book called Discover Who You Are, and I'm just trying to find like, okay, I got all these different things now. God, like, what do I need to use it at, and how do I need to twist and you know. So I always ask that question. You know, how did y'all, you know, find your purpose? Are you working in your purpose? Because if you're working in your purpose, I know God will open up multiple doors.
That's right. I believe that.
And then I believe that you will be more happier in your purpose, and it won't be you won't experience as much anxiety or depression or overwhelmed because it's something that you just really like to do. So that's what I'm doing right now. Every day I'm reading for 30 minutes, and I hate reading.
Don't say it.
I didn't see that one coming.
I was that kid in school. There was like, little Sean, can you read page 2 and 3? What? I got cut up, man. Yeah, put me out.
Anything that I read.
No, okay. And Johnny said, I hated it.
But look how it came full circle.
I'm gonna read every time.
You did?
Oh, every time.
Every time?
Every time.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
mispronounce everything. I don't
That was not me.
That was not you?
Oh, I did.
I'll talk, but I ain't gonna read.
Okay. And you a speech coach, right?
I am, yeah.
How did you come into that?
Oh my gosh. So back in high school, I was in a class that was home ec. They don't have it anymore. Where you learn how to cook and clean and make the bed and all that stuff. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah, but it's called. They have it.
It's different now.
Human something.
Yeah.
But
So
they still have it.
They have it at the vocational campus that I'm at. So that's where the students who are older than 18 who have different learning challenges go and they learn how to pretty much live. Anyway, so I was in that class and I specifically remember 2 of them. I was always put in their group, but I thought it was fun. You know, so of course they had learning challenges as well. And so I would go home and tell my mom every time, like, oh, guess what? We made green beans today. And it was funny. And he said this and we did this. And that's when she told me about speech therapy. And so I knew nothing about it. And then when I went to college, I learned more. And then as I continued to grow, I'm like, oh, I can do so many things with this. I can work with children. I can do corporate. I can do tech, which I'm now in. I can do so many things. So that's kind of how I figured out about being a speech coach, was just kind of by accident, I guess. Yeah.
Awesome. So let's go move on to the book.
Yes.
Let's talk about your writing coach. Yes. How did you get into becoming a writing coach? I love writing, by the way.
Yeah.
I
Do you? Yeah.
I used to write people notes.
I almost did something else because I spent about 2.5 years writing.
Yes.
To yeah,
I know.
yeah,
That was my
my
degree.
son's father. Yeah,
that was
writing.
same.
In the prison?
We wasn't gonna speak on that.
Oh, okay.
Why would you?
I didn't even know.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So yes, writing. That was a different type of writing, but
Okay.
yeah. So I love writing.
Hilarious.
I love
God.
so, yeah.
What you doing over there?
Right. Listen, pray for the nation. How about that? Thank you, Jesus, for growth.
Right?
Thank you for delivering.
Yeah.
Come on, all the things. But I'm a former English teacher, and so, but I have always loved writing. I mean, ever since I was a little kid, a little, But I also pushed it for Jordan too. I made him read all the time, and it got to the point he hated it. I used to pay him to read. I'm like, you read this many pages, I'll give you this much, and just because I really wanted him to. And right now,
It's important.
he does not read as much as I would want him to. But I just took a love for, I wanted to be a coach. So I went to Prairie View to be a coach. I was a PE major, but I was like, I don't want to teach PE. I want to be a coach, but I want to teach English. And so I minored in English. And so as soon as I became a teacher, my first job was an English teacher, and I had to get certified. But I loved it. I love literature. I love analyzing. I love teaching kids how to write. I love like when they would write. I mean, I've graded papers and cried. Because I'm like, look how beautiful this is, and I would tell them, I would pull them up to my desk. I was like, what did talk to me about this, and it just was in my heart, and I just wrote about my dad, but teaching English allowed me to connect with my students on such an amazing level, and it allowed me to be transparent too. So I would talk about things in class where my kids, I literally would just be myself, and I would have kids coming up to me and say, Miss Jenkins, my dad is in prison, and what you shared today about Jordan's dad or whatever, it really did touch me because, or I lost my mom too. Just different things allowed me to be just transparent. But writing, it came from writing on Facebook, like writing prayers.
Every day.
Every day. You know how now Facebook will show you memories, right? And so sometimes I'll go back and look at old stuff that I wrote. A lot of it has always been grounded in spiritual, in my faith. But then I'll write something, just something that was just on my heart that I, at the time I thought was profound. I look back and I'm like, what was I even talking about? And and then I love to laugh. And so I always kind of, but I would write prayers. My first book was called Dear Lord, Thank You. And it's a prayer journal. So then from that, I was actually, the first one I wrote in was called A Promise. Promise. It was how God kept promises to a lot of women. I think it was over 130 of us that wrote that book together. But just opportunities to use the gifts that God has given you. And for us, Centering Our Voices came from Dr. Gavan. Like I said, she was working on her PhD, but it's called Centering Our Voices, the Brilliance, Persistence, and Significance of Black Women Educators. And just being able to get to the core of who you are as a brilliant educator, your significance, and then the persistence, some of the things that we've had to go through. And us being relatively young educators, right? Yeah. I can't even imagine some of the things that those that came before us. But and I'll let you share it too, Araine. But coming out of this book was an amazing opportunity. My second grade math teacher, her name was Miss Bird, and I hadn't seen Miss Bird since second grade. I had not seen her since second grade, and when I wrote that I was writing in this book and that I wrote about her, my line sister reached out to me, or actually she posted about her aunt getting a school named after her, and I was like, wait a minute, that's Miss Bird, my teacher. Like, it was just amazing. I hadn't seen her since 2nd grade. That was the year she retired.
Oh wow.
She was
Oh,
old
wow.
school
Yeah.
because she wouldn't let me count on my fingers, popping like she didn't play, and she was like the only black teacher that I had experienced and encountered, and she was just regal. She was strict, but also she was amazing. I forged a letter in her, all kinds, and she was like, this. That's a whole nother story. But I was able to speak at her dedication because of censoring our voices, you know, and purpose. The purpose, you know, alignment. God is going to align things when you are walking in purpose. And so not just being able to speak in her dedication, but to see her and to be around her. And Jordan got to meet her.
Yeah.
To me, some people may not understand the enormity of that experience, but I'll be something I'm going to carry with me as an educator forever, you know. And so being able to have her name written in something.
Oh man.
I
And then
can
she
take
got to
with
see
me.
the fruits of just her being a mentor. She didn't even know it.
Mhm.
Just her seeing those fruits.
Oh,
That's you might
yeah.
make me cry.
Yeah, I'm over here like
That is beautiful.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So I thank God for that. So
Wow. Okay, so my portion is a little bit different. So when you see me, you see 3%. I represent 3% of the speech language pathologists in my field. 3%. Even less that own a business. So when it was laid on my heart to do that in 2019, nobody would help me. Nobody. So I spent a lot of my time reading. I would look up things online. I was up at 3, 4 in the morning looking on my phone, and somehow God was leading me to these websites that gave me information. To this day, I can't tell you what those websites are. They just happen, right? So I found it to be important that although I'm 3%, there's somebody else out there like me who needs what I know. And so I poured a lot of what I went through, the overcoming, the mentors that were not even in my field, you know, and I dedicate a lot of that to them. I just, you know, tell how to write grants. So it's in here. Okay. How to write your grant. Yeah, multiple grant winner. Nobody taught me.
You a grant writer?
I am grant winner.
correction. McWhinney. Okay.
Yeah, but
I know
that's just to say, like, nobody taught me those things when I was hungry. I was so hungry to learn, and because I was operating in my purpose, God opened those doors for me, even though those doors were slammed shut in my face. And so for me, it was very important to give somebody else a chance. So even if you don't get to meet me in person, you get to get some of the gems that I have in here. I don't want to give it all away. But that meant a lot because I'm the only speech pathologist who's in this book. And so a lot of people don't even know that there are Black speech pathologists. And then when they see us, they don't know that we're capable of doing amazing things. So to me, that was very important to have that encapsulated forever for somebody to see, whether it's now or down the line.
Speech pathologist.
And grant winner.
hello winner.
Hello.
Yeah.
Not writer.
So tell us when the Mentors and Mimosas is, and what time, and how they buy tickets.
Okay, so Mentors and Mimosas is going to be on January 24th, 2026. That's a Saturday, and
12 p.m.
thank you. Doors will open at 11:45 for signing in and all that good stuff.
On time?
On time.
On time.
Yes,
We're not running late on this one. We're on time.
And we are having, you know, lunch, food, giveaways. We have amazing sponsors who have sponsored some of our giveaways, who have poured back into Mentors and Mimosas because they believe in the vision, and that's a blessing in itself. I'm talking about when we first put it out, Q, and the first person that bought a ticket, I was like, Araine, somebody bought a ticket.
I know, right?
And to me, it was just, for me, that was confirmation. And to see who it was that bought the ticket just brought tears to my eyes because it was one of my best good friends, and she believed in what we were doing. And
didn't even hesitate to buy it. I'm talking
right, the first
as soon as it was
that we
released,
posted,
she bought it.
And so for us, you know, just confirmation. And so it's on that Saturday. You know, music, giveaways. Myself, I'm going to be speaking. Araine's going to be speaking. And then, like I said, we have a group of women panelists that are in different walks of life, different stages of life. They're leaders in their respective fields, mothers, they're business owners, and they are just women of faith as well. but just going to be a good time. The women that are coming, that we're going to highlight business owners. We're going to highlight people that are just getting into entrepreneurship, etc. But really, it's just a time to celebrate
and create that space that I was talking about too.
Yeah.
So get your tickets on Eventbrite. Look us up, Mentors and Mimosas. We would love to see you there. I can't wait.
Yeah,
I can't wait. I get excited.
Lee would love it. We'll purchase 3 tickets
Oh,
for
listen.
your event.
Thank you.
If Krista wants to go.
I'm already calculating who I'm inviting.
Come on now.
I already know I am on that
Okay,
mic.
come on.
We would love
Yes.
buy 3 tickets and to support your
Oh,
cause.
that is
Thank
so awesome.
you. Thank you so
Is
much.
there anything else y'all want to say before we go?
I just want to say thank you to you and your viewers. Man, your wildest dreams do come true. That's all I got. Your wildest dreams do come true.
I'm saying thank you guys. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Q. Just thank
Yeah.
you guys for the opportunity and just for your authenticity and just for allowing us to share this moment with you guys. So I don't know. It's super exciting.
Yeah, very, very exciting.
You got something, Krista?
Thank you. Thank y'all. I had a good time.
Yeah.
I will be following, with the sipping. So I really like that.
Oh,
And I was
awesome.
like, maybe one day I'll have something to add to the conversation.
Yeah.
But I really do enjoy, and it gives me hope that my wildest dreams can come true when I see, Black women like y'all too. And I'm like, okay, it's more that I can do, and I don't have to be ashamed of my purpose.
No.
Just reach out. There are several people who are willing to help. You just have to know, make sure you're in those right places. Go to the table because you belong.
That's right.
So
That's
I
right.
really
love
do
that.
think that encouragement
Yeah.
from, following y'all, listening to y'all.
Yeah. Okay, good. That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
And there has been an episode. Thank y'all for coming. I'm your host, QD Interview, my co-host, Ms. Crystal Lavelle. This is The Process, Special Edition, Legal Love.